It's 2021, yay! Hope you had a really good New Year's Eve. I made tea for you, something. It's chai tea. There you go. Cheers. Oh, yummy. Nice hot beverage. It's cold out. So I'm in Tucson still. I'm in the city. I'm in city mode. My name is Minivan Lee. If you're new to my channel, let's explain a little bit about me. And then I want to talk about why I started this lifestyle. You know, I've been doing this for about 4 years. I've had my Minivan Lee YouTube channel for a year. It's almost a year, not quite a year. So thank you all for last year, you're subscribing. And I hope if you're new to my channel that you do subscribe right now. Go ahead and subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And I'll explain who I am and why I got started in this lifestyle. And I like to teach people how to do this lifestyle successfully. So I give lots of tips and I show gadgets and I show all the things that I use. And I've given van tours, and I will do that down the road again because things do get tweaked a little bit and they change a little bit. Got a little knot going on here. We'll talk about this in a little bit. This is a nice little ditty. So we'll talk about this too. And minivan dweller for 4 years now. And I really do enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It is perfect for me and I love it. And I do like to encourage other people to do it if that's what they want to do. But right now I want to talk about why. The who, what, when, where, and why of why I got started on this. So who was the main catalyst for getting me started in this nomad life? Well, first it was my oldest daughter. She sent me a link, a YouTube link, and she says, "Mom, watch this. You've got to see this. Isn't this interesting?" So I did. And I'm like, wow, it was a van tour of somebody. I believe the first one I saw was they were living in a car, an actual sedan, a car with 4 doors on it. And I thought, wow. So I started watching more of the videos on this lifestyle. And then I started seeing vans and build outs. And then I saw a tour of a minivan and I thought, that's what I want. Yeah. So I guess the who of this story is all the veteran nomads. Thank you all for, kind of like starting this and making a way for the rest of us to get going. But the real who was my daughter. She saw this video and she sent it to me. She sent me the link. So thank you, oldest daughter. I would say their names, but I like to keep my children and my grandchildren just a little bit more private for theirs, and that's just out of respect for them. So when did this all start? This started probably, I'm going to guess it started about 6 years ago when I first saw the video about the nomad life. Because it was 2 years in, I kind of like started preparing for it. I saw it and I thought, well, this is for me. And my mind started working and preparing. I had the vision. I saw it. I saw other people in reality, and then I got a vision in my head of what it would look like for me. How would I live this lifestyle? What would I want? What kind of a rig would I want? What kind of a vehicle? What would I want in it? What would it look like for me? And it started up here. When I actually got on the road was 4 years ago. And I bought my minivan, my first minivan. And this is my minivan. Yay! I love my minivan. It's a Kia Sedona 2006, about 176,000 miles on it. So my minivan is what I bought. And what I did inside of it is I took all the seats out. Even the passenger seat is out. I've got some bins up there, and it just makes a little bit more room here. My third row seats are gone, and then of course my second row seats are out, and my passenger seat is out. The only seat that I have is my driver's seat. So when did I get started on the minivan life and the nomad life? It was 4 years ago. I gave everything away. I didn't sell much, but I gave everything away. I gave to my children, and what they didn't want anymore, I gave to the neighborhood. I put it out by the curb, or I had to throw a lot of things away. So where did I live after I got out of my bricks and sticks? Well, for 2 months, I lived in Tucson. I got a storage. I really wasn't sure. I mean, I was brand new, so I really wasn't sure. What do I need? How do I want to get things tweaked up in here? And how do I want things to go? You know, these are my bins. And where did I want to put them? Do I want a cooler? Or, you know, what do I? So everything has been tweaked along the way. So where did I go after that? Well, it really, I'll have to talk about the why I went in the first place. But where I went was Cincinnati, Ohio. That's where my daughter was. And why did I go there? Because that's where she went. Her husband was transferred there. And we're from the Southwest. I mean, all my children, I have 4 children, 4 grown children, and I actually have grown grandchildren too. I'm 67. And she was not having a good time in Cincinnati. I mean, Ohio was not her cup of tea. It was totally different. That's like moving from Spain to northern Germany. Yeah. I mean, we're dealing with a whole different culture. It's 2,000 miles away. I thought, boom, this is the time. I just felt it. This is the time to do this. And in September, I visited them. I flew there. And I visited them, flew back, and the Lord said, go ahead and look on Craigslist. Go ahead and look. There's something there for you. And that's where I found my minivan. I bought it for $3,800. I paid cash on Monday. Saw it on Sunday, called them, and I paid cash on Monday. Yeah. I didn't even have it checked out by a mechanic, which people say, oh, please, you know, that's not a good idea. But I'll tell you, this minivan is going strong because I feel it is from the Lord. He led me to this, and it's been going strong, and it's going to keep going strong. Thank you. So that is why I got started on this lifestyle in the first place. When I left, I think it was the 1st of December, I left. Who goes to Ohio in December? It's usually opposite, but I did. And it wasn't snowing yet there, so that was really good. I think it did start snowing about a week and a half after I got there. They had bought a huge house, and they bought it with me in mind. And I had my own area with my own door in and out. So the why I went was to be with my daughter. And I was going to help her out with my granddaughter. But as it turned out, they didn't need my help as much as we thought. And I was kind of anxious to get back into my minivan. So I moved about 6-7 months after. I moved back into my minivan. And I've been in there ever since. But I stayed in Cincinnati so I could still help them out. But I enjoyed all of the park system there. And I spent a lot of time at the zoo. I did traveling up and down Ohio. I do have family still in northern Ohio. So I would go up and visit them and see Lake Erie, the Great Lake. And that is a true Great Lake. I've been I've been to Lake Havasu, and I've seen other little lakes. I'm like, you know, Yeah, like Lake Tahoe, Lake Havasu. They're so little. I'm like, I almost giggle because I am originally from northern Ohio, near the Great Lake of Lake Erie. And those are my stomping grounds near Port Clinton. And now I look at Lake Erie and say, that's like an ocean, you know. So here's the Lake Erie. Beautiful area of Ohio. I left Ohio when I was about 21. I got married and we left Ohio. And traveled around a little bit, but then we settled in Tucson, Arizona. And I was there for 40 years until I became a nomad. So I'm here for the holidays and I visited my children. It was a great time. Christmas and then New Year's. It's been a great month being here in Tucson and I love it. But I am anxious to get back onto BLM land and I will be leaving here in a couple of weeks and going back. So it's been a great time and it's been a great year with you all with me. I've grown to love all of you and I feel like I've made some really wonderful friends here on my channel. And just thank you for all the time that you spent watching and encouraging me and sending love my way. And so I want to send love back to you all for 2021. It's going to be a great year, all of us together. So, thank you. So now I want to talk about the future, mine and yours, and then the whole world. So my future is I'm going to start doing more writing. Once I get on BLM land, I'm going to spend a couple months doing that. After that, in the spring, I need to get back to Ohio. That is where my domicile is. And if you do not understand residency or domicile, I have a video on that, and I'll put a link up here for that. So if you're not a nomad already, or you're thinking about it, well, that's something you're going to have to decide for yourself on where you want your mail to go, where you're legally going to live. Because in America and in most places around the world, you have to have a regular residency. You can't just use a P.O. box anymore for your residence. So my future holds boondocking, and then going back to Ohio. I may spend some time back there, not just visit. Let me get ahead of myself here. The reason I need to go back is because it is my domicile, and I need to renew my driver's license and my vehicle registration. So I'll need to go back there. And of course, why else would I want to go back? Well, I want to see my family. I'm very close to my oldest. I'm close to all my children. But I'm also close to my oldest daughter and my granddaughter there. And then I also have a grandson who was born when I was last there. But, you know, he's getting older. I haven't seen him, you know, for a couple of years. So here's my grandson too. And I'll get great footage and great filming in Ohio. It's a beautiful, beautiful. Cincinnati is a wonderful city. I love it. And I consider it my own now. I claim Cincinnati as one of my cities. And I might, you know, I've been wanting to go to Maine. I just want to see it. I want to go to the tip of Maine. I want to see the Atlantic Ocean from Maine, you know. We'll see if I do it. We'll see. Also in my future, I want to continue to bring you good quality films and episodes of Minivan Lee channel, YouTube channel. I do not want to give you just substandard videos. I want them to be boring. I want them to be entertaining for you. So if you have suggestions of what you want to see, and even where you want to see them, give me suggestions. I welcome them. You know, we're in this together. So that's really my future. in the near future. Now, what about your future? What is going to be your future? I would love to know in the comments what your future is for this year. Yeah. I mean, it's 2021. These are interesting times. I will say a lot of people are having a hard time. Really didn't have a hard time in 2020. There are a lot of people that were in these lockdowns going on. I was usually at the park because I'm a nomad. How do I lock down in like a 40 square foot area? And it is about 40 square feet, I think. Maybe 45. Yeah. So, it's a very small space. I can't just sit in. I really didn't have that hard of a time. I will say I don't like wearing masks, but I do. I try to stay away from places as much as possible that are going to require a mask. I get in and I get out because it is a little bit harder to breathe with them, especially as seniors. And we're breathing in our carbon dioxide. I don't want to get into a debate on masks, but I do want to say that they're really hard for seniors to wear a mask all the time for a long period of time. And even though I did join Planet Fitness, I really haven't been working out. I've just been taking showers here and there. And I really don't like working out with a mask. I can't breathe very well. So that's my mask deal. Yeah. So what is going to be your future for this year? Well, I hope that in your future that you will continue subscribing to me and watching videos and learning and give me suggestions on what you want to learn. I'm happy to reciprocate. I truly am. Now, what is going to be the future for America and for the world? Well, I believe that a lot of the future is going to be nomadic living. When I was in Reno, there were a lot of homeless people living in their vehicles, and they were doing it out of force. They were forced out of their apartments or their houses because they couldn't afford them. Rent was going up terribly. And I've met some wonderful, wonderful people. And I consider them my friends. And I know that some people say, I've said, since I met them and I've hung out with them so long, that I've actually called myself homeless, because I'm like, I'm homeless too, People will correct me and they say, you're not homeless, you're houseless. Well, you know what? If somebody says that I am homeless, or if I call myself homeless, it's an affectionate term. I don't mind being called homeless because these are my friends. And in Tucson, there's a huge homeless population. And I've been kind of watching, since I've been here this past month, I've been kind of watching and learning a little bit. And I've talked to a few of them, and I just have great affection for homeless people. And I don't mind being called homeless. And if I say it, please don't correct me. That's my choice to say that I'm homeless. I'm including myself with these wonderful homeless people. Yeah. It is by choice. I do have more than they do inside my van. I've got my solar. I've got my power banks. I've got pretty much everything that I need here in my minivan. And I will mention, if you're new to the channel, I do not have storage. Everything that I own is in my minivan. So what is the future of Americans? I do believe that more and more people are going to be moving into their vehicles because they can't afford the rent anymore. Rent and mortgage now encompasses half of a person's income and resources every month. So I think people are just going to become tired of it, and they want more freedom. And as more lockdowns happen, I think people are going to want to get on the road and get out. So I believe, and we'll talk more about this in the future, I believe that this is going to be the future. And a lot of my writings are going to be centered toward this. I'll be doing more teaching for people on how to live successfully and comfortably in this lifestyle. As you can see that I'm very comfortable. And I'm very excited about 2021. one gal, and I love you, and it's okay, but she says, because I was very optimistic about 2021 in my last video, she says, you are very optimistic, bordering delusional. No, I'm not delusional. As you get to know me better, I don't like negativism, and I like to be positive, and I believe that does set a course for ourselves. If we all thought more positive about the future, I think even collectively we could kind of change it in that direction. But I'm into creating my own future. I don't drag my past with me. I look forward to the future, and I believe that all of our future is bright and clear and sparkly. Yes. So with that said, I'm going to wish you all a really good year, and I hope we're all together and we can have a great relationship. I love you guys. Leave me comments. Please subscribe. It does help me out. Thank you for watching it all the way through. Thank you so much. Give me a thumbs up always. There's a few that give me thumbs down. I don't even think they probably watch it. They come on and just give me a thumbs down. I mean, unless you really hated it, but I doubt that. They just like to give a thumbs down. Every channel has them, but give me a thumbs up. Also, I want to mention, in every video description, there are links to all the products and gadgets, everything, right down to fairy lights that I use, the fairy lights, and just, power banks, and my Bluetooth speakers and things that I use. I've tried, and they're tried and true. And when you go through my link and you buy something within 24 hours of putting it in your cart, I will receive a very small commission for that. So that does help me out. I don't have a PayPal link on there. I don't want you to send me money. I just want you to watch my videos, and if you want to buy something, then go through my links and buy it. But I will mention my links again, that if you go through the link, it's like a door. You go through it's my personal link that they gave me for that product. If you go through my link and you decide you want to buy something else, as long as you're still going through my link, then I will receive commission, a small commission off of what you buy. But it does have to be within 24 hours if you put it in your cart. You have to purchase it within 24 hours. If you've left it in the cart and it's been 24 hours, it'd be really cool if you could go in, get it out of your cart, and go through my link again and go purchase it. And then just purchase it right there. Because if it's after 24 hours, I don't receive anything from it. But that's how you can help me. I don't like Patreon. I don't really want you to just give me money. I want to give you something. I want to earn money. And that is through showing you what I use. And if you want it, then and you purchase it, then Amazon will give me something. And then, of course, you get something from my videos, that I can teach you something and possibly entertain you. So here we go, 2021. Let's get this show on the road, eh? Mwah. Bye. Let's learn about knots. Knots are cool. Let's start with the Bowline Knot. It is one of the 4 basic mariner's knots. The Bowline Knot is a standalone knot and is also a main knot used in rescue operations. This knot will retain 2/3 of the line's tensile strength even under load, and is ideal for putting a static loop at the end of any line. The single downside of the knot is its tendency to slide or come undone under a heavy load, depending on the cord used to make it. However, this can be easily circumvented with a stop knot on the tail, as shown here. The bowline knot is best for any end-of-the-line application where you need a loop to pass the line through and tighten around an object, such as a ridgeline of a shelter. This knot will be easy enough to remove even if great stress is placed on the line. It is useful for incorporation with other knots, such as the lark's head, for tarp tie-in lines, and for toggles at the end of a line as well. A bowline is a fixed loop that can neither tighten nor slip under strain. It is used to tie around things you want to secure or tether, a raft or a person. The bowline knot is easy to take apart also. So look at the diagram above and try it. Find some string, some cordage, and practice it. You'll find many uses for it.